Blades Guy 2004 just got home from WWE Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I know it's 3:21 in the morning, but I live an hour, almost 2 hours from where Raw was taking place in Boston. About an hour and a half, maybe a little less. I don't know, hour and a half, maybe a little bit more, a little less. Whatever, about an hour and a half anyways. And then I had to drop my friend off in Nashua, which is like an hour and a half from my house. Still another hour, for like 45 minutes to my house. And my dad had to stop a couple times because he was really tired. But I finally got home from Raw. Raw was good. It was your typical, I'm not really going to do a review. I'm too tired to go in detailed, in-depth. And there was a lot going on. I have to kind of go, when I get to wrestling. When I go to wrestling, I kind of zone out. And sometimes I forget something. I mean, I remember the big parts like Mick Foley and Rock. And that was awesome seeing Mick Foley. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen Mick Foley live. I mean, I've seen him for years on TV, but never seen him actually live. And he, cut a good promo. And then when The Rock finally came back, it was like a blur. It literally was like 30 seconds. And it was just like, I got like so much emotion going through me. I actually started getting a little teary-eyed because I saw him back in the day, but, when he went away for a while, and then he came back. And, just got to me, and then it was like a blur. It happened like 30 seconds. He came down rock bottom, Mick Foley, and by the time I, blinked, he was gone. And then he came back at the end of the show, but, there was a good night. I mean, it was just, like I said, it's your typical, Raw before a pay-per-view, heavy in promos to sell the pay-per-view. But the matches that we did get were pretty good. But I give it, for an overall live experience, I think it might have not come off as good on TV as it did live. Because you get a lot more emotion when you're there, you know what I mean? Because you're there and it's boom. You're not watching it on the TV, you're there and it's like, woo. But, so I give this, this Raw, I'm going to give it a high score because of who was there and stuff, and Kevin Nash, all the old guys. It was just like an old school Raw, kind of like an old school Raw. I mean, you had Kevin Nash there, you had Mick Foley, The Rock, what else did you have there? You even had a Batista sighting. No, I'm just joking, it was Mason Ryan. But, so I give that, I think I said an 8 out of a 10, so if I said 7 out of 10, oh well. But I also got home. When I got home, my mom gave this to me. This FedEx package that I got. So I'm going to put my camera down for a second so I can open it. I didn't pre-open it before I started filming, which I probably should have. But some people like watching it. Let me rip it open. And what do I got? Ticket to WWE Survivor Series, Madison Square Gardens, Section 420. There's a pun there. 420, Row A, Seat 17. And that's for this Sunday. Yeah, $39.50 it says. I paid way more than $39.50, trust me. I've never been to MSG, so I will be going to MSG this Sunday for the first time. I'm taking a bus down. It's about a 4-hour bus drive from... I gotta go down to Nashua to my friend's house so I can take a bus from Nashua. Because it's easier to take it from Nashua than it is from where I live. Because I gotta go from Concord, New Hampshire to Boston. And then go from Boston to New York. Whereas we're both going on the same bus, so it makes more sense just to go down there. And I'm going to go from Nashua to Boston, from Boston on to New York. So, and we're going to be there all night. We're going to get there, I think we get there at 12:30 in the afternoon. And we don't leave till Monday morning at 8:31, I think it is. But we get back to New Hampshire at like 12:30. So it's not a bad deal. But I gotta work.